G'day planet Earth, Korum Ellis from FlyOnE Aviation. One of the biggest questions I get, the most frequent questions about E-VTOL aircraft and how are they going to integrate into our existing transport infrastructure and society is this: how are people going to get licensed to fly an E-VTOL aircraft? And it is a damn good question. At the moment, these types of aircraft, which are available right now, you can go in some areas, in some countries, you can go buy an E-VTOL aircraft from some amazing startup manufacturers. Manufacturers like Opener in Canada. There's a couple dotted around Europe, and there's a couple in the United States as well. Opener are definitely leading the charge on development of a small independent aircraft. Now, if you were to buy one of these aircraft and operate it, you can operate that particular aircraft in a lot of regions under it's a microlight or ultralight aircraft classification. So these aircraft fit into the same sort of classification as an ultralight, as a powered paragliding apparatus. So you can legally fly these now. That's for a single-seater recreational aircraft. In the very near future, when these aircraft develop a little bit further and there's bigger, stronger, more powerful models available, like our Machina Volantis FC45, which we are working very hard to produce in Australia, when that sort of larger capacity aircraft is available, something that will carry 4 or 5 people or a 500 kilo payload and travel at 180 knots at 10,000 feet. This is a pretty serious aircraft, high velocity, high power piece of equipment. Now, that sort of aircraft fits under the same classification as light helicopters. However, what we're working towards with the Machina Volantis FC45 is using the experimental aircraft classification in Australia, which allows a user of an aircraft who has assembled and built that 51% of that aircraft themselves to be able to operate it legally under the experimental aircraft licensing classification. So as a part of the Machina Volantis business model, where you purchase a Machina Volantis FC45 4-person, high power, high velocity personal aircraft, you will then be integrated into the manufacture process, and under the guidance and supervision of the Machina Volantis and design and construction engineers, they will help you complete the final stages of the aircraft assembly and manufacture up to 51%, which makes you eligible as an aircraft owner operator to fly that particular E-VTOL aircraft under the experimental aircraft classification. Now, we've got a lot more information about this process and some more details and links to Civil Aviation Authority references on the website www.flyone.com.au. Please get over there and click the Sky Academy link. So as a part of the FlyOnE business model, we plan on developing a fast-tracked and streamlined process of getting aircraft owner-operators educated, operating safely, building some flight experience, and having them licensed in these particular aircraft license classifications as quickly and as safely as possible. We want to streamline that whole process so that we can get people in the air very, very safely and with a full understanding of the capabilities and limitations of their aircraft, so that we have people out there operating these things very, very safely, but in an easy, fast, and practical manner. So please get on over to the website and read a little bit more about the Sky Academy, which explains how we're going to streamline this process and get people licensed faster in Australia to fly personal electric flying vehicles. Now, as you've probably seen in a lot of my other videos, I keep saying this is so much closer than you think. If you start Googling it a bit, it'll blow your mind at just how many aircraft are out there in the sky right now being developed, tested, tried, and hopefully passed for operation in many different regions in the world. There's a couple available right now. The earliest we hope to have available on the Australian market is the Opener Black Fly, and we hope to have that available for sale in Australia as early as late 2021. The Machina Volantis FC45, which is definitely our flagship model and one of the most practical and affordable E-VTOL aircraft designs in the world right now, we will hopefully have that as early as, optimistically, 2025. This will be a 4 or 5-seater 450 to 500 kilo payload aircraft with a range of 900 kilometers, a flight ceiling of 10,000 feet. This is a very, very powerful machine. It exceeds the capabilities of most small helicopters. The running costs are infinitely lower. The safety is infinitely higher. This is the aircraft we need to streamline to get people licensed and operating so that it can be a very, very practical and realistic solution and replacement for current regional airline services. It's very, very scary to some traditional industries how powerfully and how practically these types of aircraft can take over regional transport needs and replace regional transport airlines very, very quickly. So get on over to the website, www.FlyOnE. Check out the Sky Academy, which will tell you more about the licensing, and check out all of our news feeds across our social media platforms, which will keep you in the loop about all the development we're doing in the space of eVTOL manufacture, supply, and distribution in Western Australia and beyond.